Hey, boys and girls, it's Mrs. Dailey. I am coming on to do our reading lesson. I'm coming up with all sorts of different places in my house that I can record while my kids are taking breaks and sleeping. So this is Eric's room, which is why there's a giant mater and some toys on the shelf. So hopefully that won't be too distracting. Today is April 2nd, and it's World Autism Awareness Day. So Miss Dailey has on her blue to celebrate. This is my high school sweatshirt. Miss Dailey went to Caroline High School. So I hope you're wearing your blue today to help celebrate and spread awareness of autism. For reading today, we are going to go on with our nonfiction article. We are going to continue on with our nonfiction article from April and answer our questions. And then tomorrow is Friday, so tomorrow we will do our science experiment and we will do a social studies lesson. And then on Monday, we'll get started with our new unit for reading and math, okay? So let me go ahead and share my screen so you can see our article for today. Today's article is still on science, so this is called See the Light. We are going to read through the article, see if we can see some vocabulary words that we know from this unit. So if you hear or see a vocabulary word, I want you to go ahead and put your thumbs up so I know that you're listening. Before we get started reading, let's remind ourselves what good readers look like. Our ears are open, our mouths are closed, and our eyeballs are on the story, okay, on our nonfiction article. So this is called See the Light. What do we do when we want to see in the dark? We turn on a light. But what is light? What do you guys think light is? Let's see if we can read and learn about what light is. All right, so we know this picture from our article yesterday in our vocabulary. This picture is our word energy, okay? So our paragraph says, light is a type of energy. We get light from many different sources. The sun is our main source of light. Our other sources of light include light bulbs and flashlights. We use these sources of light when we can't get light from the sun. I saw lots of thumbs up because we see our word energy, and then we see our word flashlight and light, and those are some of our vocabulary words. Remember our fiction story that we read was about being too dark, and the little girl Olivia used a flashlight to see in the light. So that's one way you can create light and have energy, okay? Light travels in waves. Remember our motion for waves, that's one of our words. Light travels in waves called rays. A ray of light travels very fast in a straight line until it hits an object. Light rays bounce off of objects and travel to our eyes so we can see the objects. So the light travels through a ray and it turns into a wave when it bounces off of something. Light allows us to see in color. The colors we can see are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. The color we see is the color that bounces off of an object. For example, blue light bounces off of a blue book, so we see it as blue. So light bounces onto objects to make the color. And we know all those colors because those are colors in the rainbow, but also each of you has a color in Miss Dailey's classroom that all of your things are labeled. So if you can, take a minute and turn to whoever you're watching the video with and tell them which color is your favorite or which color you use in class as your color that we use for our, finding all your objects in class. Great job. So Miss Dailey's favorite color, I think most of my students know this. My favorite color is purple. I have my purple water bottle because purple's just my favorite. I don't know why, I just like purple. All right, so let's go to our next paragraph. This is our last paragraph. Turn off the lights. So if you're at home, go ahead and turn off your lights and see what objects you see. What objects do you see? Okay, now take a minute and turn on the lights, and what objects do you see? I'm not going to turn off the lights because it'll be hard for you guys to see Miss Dailey, but with my lights on, I can see lots of toys in Eric's room. He has Legos in this bucket, so I can see different Legos and toys. I can see my big Mater poster behind me. I can see my water bottle. Now, all of these things are different colors because the light that's bouncing off from the light bulb in Eric's room is making this bounce off of my water bottle, and the color that's bouncing off is purple, which is why that water bottle looks purple. Light is important. Our eyes need the light to see what is around us. All right, you guys did a wonderful job listening and being respectful during my story. Our next job after our nonfiction article is to answer our questions together. So our first question, and remember, if we can't remember the answer, we can always go back in the article and see if we can find it. So our first question says, light is, and here are my choices. So here are our vocabulary words that we've learned this month. So light is rays, it is eyes, it is energy, it is light, or it is see. So let's talk about these words for a minute. We know what eyes are, right? We use our eyes to see, and eyes and light are not the same thing, so we know that's not a very good choice. We talked about the word see as well. See is something you use your eyes to do, and so light and see don't make sense. Our other picture here where Miss Dailey is circling with her mouse says light, and light is light doesn't really make sense either. So I have two choices left. I have the word rays, light is rays, or I have the word energy. Well, I remember both of these vocabulary words, but I can't quite remember which one light is, so I think I need to go back into my article and see what it says. So I'm going to start at the beginning of my article, and it says, see the light, and then it talks about what is light, which doesn't tell me the answer, so I'm going to go to the next page. And here's my picture. It says light is a type of energy. Energy. I know that's one of my vocabulary words. I know this is the picture for energy. So let's go back to our question and see if we see that as a choice. I want you to, with your finger, touch the word energy in our blue box down here and see if you can find that answer. I'm going to give you 1 minute. Great job. I see a lot of you touching our sun with our lightning bolt because that is our word for energy. Great job, boys and girls. All right, we have 4 more questions to get through. So number 2, the sun is our main source of. So what do we use the sun for? Well, we've talked about planets in class, and we've talked about the sun in class and what the sun does for us and for the plants. So let's think about this. The sun is our main source of. Do eyes and see make sense? Do we use the sun for our eyes? Not really. Sometimes we use the sun to see, but it's not actually helping us see. It's helping give us something to make it easier to see. So I don't think that word makes sense either. So we have the word rays, we have the word energy, and we have the word light. Let's go back into our article and see if we can find the word sun. Sun starts with an S, and it's a capital S because it's talking about the name of a star in our solar system. So I'm going to just scan through with my pointer, and you can see my pointer moving, and see if I can find a capital S for the word sun. Oh, there it is. Here's my capital S for the word sun. And this sentence says, the sun is our main source of light. So I think that's my answer, light. With your finger, I want you to see if you can find the word light. Good job, boys and girls. So we're going to move that answer up for number 2. Beautiful job. All right, number 3. Light travels in waves called. So what are the waves that light travels in called? Sorry. All right, light travels in waves called, are they called rays, eyes, energy, or see? Now, remember, we talked about eyes and see quite a bit now, and those don't really make sense for this question either, because light doesn't travel with your eyes. and you can't see light traveling. So my two choices that are left are rays and energy. Light travels in waves called. Well, I know that number one, the question in number one told me that light is a kind of energy. So it doesn't really make sense that it would travel in energy. So I think the better choice is rays. But I want to hear what you guys think. Give me a thumbs up if you think that's a good choice, or a thumbs down if you think we need to pick something else. Yeah, I see lots of thumbs up. I'm thinking the same thing. So let's try it and see what happens. We got it. Beautiful job. Go ahead and kiss your brain. What will we do without that brain we have? All right, we have two questions left. Light goes into our blank. So let's think about this. What do we use to see light? What do we use? What part of our body? And only one of our answers is a part of our body. So this one should be really easy. So take your finger. I'm not going to give you any hints for this one. I want you to take your finger and find the picture that means that is a part of your body that you use to see light. What do you use to see light? Good job. I see everyone pointing to the word eyes. Beautiful job. All right. The last question said, light lets us blank color. So remember when Miss Dailey was talking about her water bottle, and it's my favorite color, purple, and I said that the light from the light bulb in Eric's room comes to my water bottle and bounces off the color purple. So light lets me do what with the color purple? Well, my choices are rays. Does that make sense? Light lets us raise color. Not really. I know that light travels in rays, but that doesn't really let me do anything with color. So that doesn't make sense. I remember from number one that we said light is a kind of energy. So that also doesn't make sense with color. Light lets us light color. That doesn't really make sense either. That sounds kind of silly. Light lets us see color. So when the light bulb flashes onto my water bottle and the color purple comes out, I can see it with my eyes, right? I can see the color purple. So I think that's a good choice. Thumbs up if you agree, or thumbs down if you disagree. Lots of thumbs up. So let's try C. Beautiful job. We got it. All right, boys and girls. You did a great job with our nonfiction article. Like I said, tomorrow we will do our science experiment. We are going to be making slime. So Ms. Dailey will post on Class Dojo all the ingredients that you need to do that at home. Or you can watch the video and make it later. Either one is good. We are going to go through the steps of the scientific experiment together and make a prediction and a hypothesis so that we can practice those things. But it will be kind of fun. We're going to make slime together, and Eric's actually going to help us with that lesson tomorrow. So I will look for you guys later when I do the math lesson. For now, I will talk to you later. Bye.